Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 173, and today I'll be sharing with you an excerpt from my book. This is from chapter 7, and I described to you my initial response to when I first arrived in India. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Concurrent with my continuing spiritual awakening and healing journey, in 2018, I stumbled upon an opportunity to travel to India. I am not a world traveler and had rarely left the U.S. except to cross over the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit to Windsor, Canada for day trips. But from the first time I heard of this opportunity, I knew I had to go. Halfway across the world to India. Although the thought terrified me, I was more intrigued as to why I felt this pull to go there. The voice was whispering, "Yes, go." But my logical brain was shouting, "Why?" I had heard of the trip from a young couple whose YouTube channel I subscribed to. They were putting together a small group of subscribers for a week-long humanitarian mission working with the nonprofit organization, Effect International Schools. EIS, Effect International Schools, mission was to open small private schools and enroll the young children living in the city of New Delhi into these schools. Their main purpose was to offer their students a quality of education that wasn't available in the public school system. For a very nominal tuition fee, students were placed in a safe and structured learning environment with teachers who were trained and educated in early education. The YouTubers ended up canceling their trip, but by then I had already been approved by EIS to participate as a former elementary educator, providing insight and suggestions for strategies to address their current obstacles. Along with myself, a group of about 10 to 12 professionals were assembled from around the world to combine our knowledge and career experiences with the purpose of helping EIS attain more consistent results and create a long-lasting impact on the poverty-ridden communities of New Delhi. Among our group, there was a magazine editor, a Google web developer, a photographer, a TV's newscaster, a young woman fresh out of college with a degree in social work, myself, and several other professionals. Leading up to the trip, I did as much research as I could to learn about the culture, the people, accepted social norms, and taboo subjects or behaviors I should avoid. From what I learned, this was a strange and unfamiliar part of the world, and while I was expecting heavy traffic and more people than I could imagine, I had not expected the extreme and intense nature of New Delhi. Nor did I anticipate the unique welcome I would receive within minutes of when I stepped off the plane. Each of my group members had traveled from across the world, and we met up at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. I cried tears as I boarded the plane in Detroit, feeling so uncertain of what the next 10 days had in store. With a determination to push past my fear, I traveled the 18-hour flight solo and even splurged on a business seat so I would have more comfort and amenities on the long flight. Spending that extra money was well worth it, by the way. Well worth it. I slept peacefully on the flight there, and it was a good thing because the following week was so action-packed that I would need an entire week of sleep to recover when I returned to the States. Meanwhile, when I arrived at the airport, a representative from EIS met me at the gate and walked with me to the outside location where our Uber would pick us up and take us to the nearby hotel. My senses were immediately assaulted as I stepped outside into a cacophony of car horns and seeming pandemonium. The lack of personal space among the crowd standing outside, primarily men, was suffocating. I had seen in the YouTube videos how crowded the streets were and the vast number of people and constant barrage of car horns. But standing here in person was quite overwhelming. Anvi, the EIS rep, soon informed me that I was to wait in this exact spot while she went back into the terminal to greet the social worker graduate who was flying in from California. And before I could respond with more than a yes, off she went through the doors and disappeared into the crowd. I was completely alone in a foreign country halfway across the world, surrounded by, in my assessment, suspicious-looking men. I don't like crowds. Not at all. Ever since the assault incident years ago in the crowd at Cobo Hall, I am very on edge whenever I'm amidst a large crowd. Standing there outside the airport, breathing the thick, humid air laced with car exhaust, I felt all my spidey senses kicking in, along with an awareness that I could easily get triggered into fear and maybe even panic. I used the tools I had learned on my path to help calm and ground myself, like breath work, and mentally repeating a newly adopted mantra that said, I am brave, I am strong, or I have courage. I tapped into my awareness of presence to drop into my heart space and just be in the moment, in the now, as I began this week-long adventure. I kept my wits about me and remembered the social protocol for foreign women who are visiting India. The male population in India is not the most welcoming to women travelers. I had been warned more than once from the YouTubers that single foreign women are desired targets for human trafficking. Sensing my fear, the voice was in my mind and in my heart, gently soothing me and reminding me that I am never alone. I knew I had been protected in the past, and I knew that I was protected in that moment. So I held my ground firmly and with confidence, but not with the slightest hint of arrogance or superiority. To my relief, Anvi returned within about 15 minutes with the young woman in tow, along with 4 others in our group as well. After brief introductions, which were shouted to one another over the noise of the incessant car horns, our Uber arrived, and together with all our luggage, we piled into a tiny economy car. And that's the end of the reading. A lot more things happened in India, so I hope that you will look forward to reading my book and take these little teasers to pique your interest. I hope you guys have been doing well. I'll be back with a regular video very soon, and in the meantime, take good care of yourselves. I wish you peace, love, and light. Have a great day, and that's it for now. Bye.